Some pretty intense stuff. Lord of the Mysteries Episode 1. After watching this anime, I'd like to say that this is super fast paced. As soon as you start the episode, you get an introduction to the world. In a world of beyonders, humans can gain various abilities by drinking potions. And with that, we also get to know that there is 22 pathways. The lower the number, the higher the power. And we're also told about this like God pathway along with that, but mainly they ended off saying this is the divine path. Immediately after that big introduction, we are thrown into this opening where a speech is going on, and there's like so much crazy stuff, and the world ends up blowing up in this craziness. So now it cuts into the official start of the episode. We get to see a guy falling, something taps his ears, and he wakes up from what seems to be a nightmare. There's like blood all over the place. There's a revolver, and we keep seeing these like weird flashbacks at the same time. Now we also get to witness this man somehow repair his own wounds. Now this is where things start to go back to the craziness. He sees these images that are like flashes, and they keep calling out Clint. Well, things end up getting weirder. We have this weird camera zoom out from a room with a door. It's like another room angle. That's where we notice that Clint says that he transmigrated, as well as in that room that we zoomed into is a dead body on the ground. Well, immediately, a group of fellas come through the doorway of the room with the dead body, and they're noticing that this is a suicide. Simultaneously, also, we are told that the name of this person is Clint Mortiti. I apologize if I'm incorrect on the last name. We go back to Clint reading a book that is apparently the antagonist's family's book, and a date is missing, the 27th, which becomes important later. Now, at this point, Clint goes off to do his daily runs. He gets some bread, he sees this clown who invites him to the circus, and the third thing, he gets read by a tarot. Now, the reading sort of doesn't count since the person that did it was a beast tamer, but he ends up getting the present card of the Fool. Throughout this, we also get to see he's clearly being spied on as well. All I remember is Clint going back to his room, and this is where he conducts some type of ritual using the bread. At first, it didn't look like anything was working, but all at once, slowly, a void of fog just summons out, and along with that, two people are summoned to this like dimension. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little confused on how this fog power works. The two people that are summoned there want to know what to call Clint by. Clint thinks about two names. He goes down to the throne and sits in it. There he says, "You can address me as the Fool." One of these people that were summoned is a woman and the other is a man. Now, please excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe the woman was suspected as some type of royalty, and the man ends up talking about his 9 other potions, which we do get to hear that there's some type of sailor thing going on. Now, about here, it seems like Clint was about to tap out of this state. The woman ends up asking about meeting again, which Clint ends up agreeing to. Now we have nicknames of the other two characters here. The girl is Justice, while the man is the Hanged Man, also other tarots. Well, now Clint has to tap out of the state fully. He wakes up off of his desk, and there's someone banging on his door. Quickly, Clint tries to hide the revolver as well as the book that he has. Once both of those things are done, he answers the door and pretends like he was just taking a nap. That's where we get to meet our first guy, Leonard Mitchell. And we also have a second, Dunn Smith, who has some type of twinkle in his eye that looks like some sort of power. Both of them are there to investigate the murder. Dunn Smith ends up discovering the book, which gives away Clint. Clint ends up explaining everything, and both of them end up saying, "Hey, we're gonna bring you in and someone's gonna come and read the rest of your memories out." So we're once again in town, and somehow Clint finds an escape where some boys like stole some bread, and as he's running through this like alleyway, everything starts levitating up. And it just gets kind of wild because he ends up hopping into his courage and it wouldn't stop. All at once, we get to see that the driver is actually one of the guys that apprehended him earlier. And they're like, "We're going to take you to the Welch house." That's till Glenn wakes up once again and it's just another nightmare. But wait, the Dunn guy ends up answering to him again, and things turn into another nightmare where he uses his levitate power, and things get all trippy weird. At this point, we have Dunn Smith and a woman who is reading out the memories of Glenn, and it's just really showing his mom and his dad, which Clint associates this with him being able to use the fog ability. Eventually, we come to a final verdict that indeed Clint just tried to kill himself. He's not connected to this murder. For our finale, Dunn and the woman invite Clint to join in to become a Beyonder. This anime really impressed me. The animation is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. I want to keep watching it on and on. Chinese anime as a whole is looking really bright, and I feel like this can be the head of it all. It's that great. I am very hopeful on episode 2. The only bad thing I have to say here, it's a little faster pace, but I kind of get it. It's trying to be a mystery type of anime, and it's kind of the vibe. I'm absolutely all for it. Going forward, I am maybe not going to go as much in depth. I do that a lot of times. Even though you may have watched the episode, it kind of lets you see my perspective on things. Overall, I'm going to rate the anime. I'm going to say this first episode, it's a nice 9.2. And that is better than 2 Hero X, by the way. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Lord of the Mysteries Episode 1. I know a lot of you are really big fans of this series, and I am so excited to join in with you guys. Hope you stay safe. Until next time, peace out, guys.